It's book haul time! It's book haul time. I haven't done a book haul since Christmas or my birthday. This is not a very small book haul, but it's a small book haul. I usually don't buy a lot of books, and I either buy them secondhand and over time, or I buy one book at a time, and I usually don't have money to buy a lot of books. 3 of these books I bought myself, and the rest I didn't. And I thought I'd share them because they're very funny, exciting reads, and I'm probably gonna read all of these in the next few months, hopefully. I know that's funny considering that I did a film as Spring TBR and none of these were on there, but now I have them and now I really want to read them. I love watching book hauls. I am probably not gonna make a lot of them because, like I said, I don't buy as many books. I have these 6 books now and they're all very new. I thought I'd share them. The first one, I actually briefly mentioned it in my last video, and it's Don't Let the First In by CJ Drews, and I'm so excited to read this one. First of all, I love this cover. I kind of hate the orange front, especially the spine. I'm probably gonna put it like this in my bookshelf because this doesn't fit with my other horror book. I'm very excited to read this one. I've seen and heard a lot of great things about this, and it's a YA horror, if I remember correctly. Let me read you the synopsis. When Andrew returns to boarding school, he can't wait to find refuge in the twisted fairy tales he writes for Thomas, the boy with hair like autumn leaves. But Thomas's parents have vanished, and he has blood on his sleeve. Stranger still, Thomas won't talk to Andrew, even though he's always loved sketching the monstrous creatures from Andrew's stories. Desperate to uncover the truth, Andrew follows Thomas into the forest and catches him fighting a nightmarish monster. His drawings have come to life. The boys must battle the creatures every night, but as their obsession with each other grows stronger, so do the monsters, and Andrew fears the only way to stop them might be to destroy their creator. I've seen this being promoted as Dark Academia, horror, and gay, of course, and that's right up my alley. I love Dark Academia books. I'm a big fan of The Free Villains, The Secret History, Babel, all of those many great books. And I especially love the ones that have gay characters in them, so I think I will enjoy this quite a bunch. Now, funnily enough, the second book that I'm gonna show you, I've already read. I think I read this the day after I bought it, just because I was excited to read it, and also because it was short, and it just felt like the right time to read it. But I'll show it to you anyway, but you will be able to tell that I've read it, because I've cracked the spine to death, and I've also underlined, you're probably not going to see it, but I've underlined some quotes. And this is also a horror book. It's sapphic horror though, and this is the synopsis. Rosemary meets Ash at the farmer's market. Ash, precise, pretty, and practically perfect, sells bars of soap in delicate pastel colors, sprinkles speckled cupcakes stacked on scalloped stands, beeswax candles, jelly jars of honey, and glossy green plants. Ro has never felt this way about another woman. With Ash, she wants to be her and have her in equal measure. But as her obsession with Ash consumes her, she may find she's not the one doing the devouring. Told in lush, delectable prose, there's a deliciously dark tale of passion taking an unsavory turn. That's Bloom by Delilah Dawson. Because I've already read it, I can tell you my thoughts on it. It's not my favorite book I've ever read, but it's a good book nonetheless. I loved, to an extent, the sapphic romance in here. At the beginning it was really sweet until, of course, it took its turn. It's a horror book. So I thought it was really great, but at some points the writing felt a bit not necessarily flat. Well, yeah, kind of flat. And I definitely saw the twist coming. But I've also read and consumed, pun intended, a bunch of media in this sort of realm. So maybe that's why I saw it coming. I'm not so sure how other people felt about this, but definitely do think if you want a, at the beginning, sweet and then horror sapphic book to read, this is definitely one to try. It's short, it's sweet, it's not, oh, Sabrina Carpenter. There's not really, you can't go wrong with this. I think I rated it 3.5, and I think I would lean more towards a 4 than a 3, because it wasn't bad, and the 3 is also not bad, so 3.5 for this one. The other books I literally haven't read. Some of these just arrived today because those were the ones that I ordered. Those 2 I didn't buy for myself, and the next one my best friend randomly gave me because she found it at TK Maxx for like €4. And it's this really sweet special-ish edition of Little Women. And I love Little Women. I've read the book, of course. I love all of the movie adaptations, and so I'm really grateful to have this. And it's just so pretty. First of all, the spine is gonna look gorgeous on my shelves, but also I love the way they drew the cover. That's so pretty. The only thing I'm sort of confused by is if my other version of Little Women, maybe I can put it in the screen, I don't think it has both of the stories, because I know, of course, Little Women and Little Wives used to be sold separately, like back in the day when they came out. They were 2 novels, but over time they have only been sold in one. But I feel like my copy might have been one that only has Little Women in it and not Little Wives, but I'm also not so sure, because it's been quite a while since I've read it, and I don't have the book with me, so I can't check it. But I have asked my friend who is reading it at the moment to check that out for me, because I do not remember. It's just a wonderful and sweet story, and it's truly a classic in my eyes. And I'll also read you what the back says. Experience the heartwarming tale of the March sisters as they navigate love, loss, and sisterhood against the backdrop of Civil War-era America. Louisa May Alcott's timeless classic Little Women continues to captivate readers with its endearing characters and timeless themes of resilience, family, and the pursuit of dreams. I don't think I said, but the author is Louisa May Alcott. And I'm really excited to put it on my shelf, and I also think I do want to reread this sometime soon, especially because I'm now confused about if I've read the second part or not. And the last 2 books are the ones that I ordered myself and that have just arrived. And I ordered these because they were super cheap compared to how much books usually cost in Germany, especially English books. Well, all of the books. But I also think I can't complain, because I've seen that, like, there are a lot of countries where books are even more expensive or not even available in the English language. So grateful, but as a girl who doesn't have money, I am thankful these were so cheap. Cheap? And the first one I ordered for myself is Atalanta by Jennifer Saint. And I'm a Greek mythology girl at my core. If anyone's interested, I just recently posted a Percy Jackson reading vlog. I grew up on Percy Jackson. I still love Percy Jackson to death. And I've recently realized that I have only 5 books, 5 Greek mythology books on my shelf. Well, except from Percy Jackson. Those are a lot more. And also 2 or 3 I read digitally. And I always say I'm a Greek mythology girl, but then I just came to the realization that I haven't read that much Greek mythology. Well, at least how much I kind of want to read. So I ordered one finally, and I thought I'd start with this one also because I've heard that, not a big role, but I think I've read that Artemis is kind of part of this, and I love Artemis. So I'm really excited to read this. I've been for a long time, and I love the cover, I love the art, and the spine is really pretty, and it's gonna look brilliant next to my other Greek mythology books. And let me tell you what it's about. Also, I ordered this. This is German bookseller called Thalia, of course. And they recently, I think, well, maybe I haven't noticed it before, but they are also selling used books now. And this was one of them, so that's why it was so cheap. When a daughter is born to the king of Arcadia, she brings only disappointment. Left exposed on a mountainside, the defenseless infant Atalanta is left to the mercy of a passing mother bear and raised alongside the cubs under the protective eye of goddess Artemis. There she is, swearing that she will prove her worth alongside the farmed heroes of Greece. Atalanta leaves her forest to join Jason's band of Argonauts. But can she carve out her own place in the legends, in a world made for men? Of course, there's, like, maybe not so at the moment, but probably also yes. There's a big trend of retelling female stories in Greek mythology, which I think is fun and exciting, because there were a lot, but I do think I just dropped all of my other books that are on this list. I do think it's important to focus on the female story, so I do not mind it, and of course I love Greek mythology, so I'm really excited to read this, and I think this might be one of my next reads, just because I am deeply in my Greek mythology phase at the moment. Now, the next books I'm really excited for. Right above my head, I have this little section of weird girl literary fiction, and it's a section of my shelves that I love dearly. I loved most of these books a lot, and so I have, well, based on what I know of these books, I have 2 new additions to those. I will let you know if they actually end up being put on those shelves. Maybe they're not in that niche genre, but I do think they are. And the first one I'm so excited for. I think I put this on my wish list a while ago, but I've wanted it for a long time. Both of these actually, and the Greek mythology book as well. I only ordered those because they have been on my list for a long time, and I wanted to prioritize the books that have on my list for a long time. And the next one is Spoiled Creatures by Amy Twigg. And first of all, obsessed with this cover. The vibes are already there. I've just recently been seeing a bunch of good reviews on TikTok from people that I trust, so I'm really excited to read this. And I'm also just noticing I love the formatting. Anyway, let me tell you about the book. They thought they knew everything about us, the kind of woman we were. Iris seeks a different kind of life. Promise comes in the form of Hazel, who lives at the Breach House, a women's commune on a remote farm. At Breach House, the women live and eat in abundance, are guided by landscape and ritual, all while under the leadership of their gargantuan matriarch Blythe. But is Breach House truly the haven it seems? When an unforgivable transgression comes to light and power struggles intensify, the women find themselves hurtling towards an act of devastating violence that will threaten everything they fought to create. I just love my culty girl books. I just love them, kind of. I love the complex storytelling that a cult novel entails, and I'm not saying this is a cult, but this is probably a cult. I also love The Girls by Emma Cline, and do I have any of the others? Kind of Bunny, also kind of Rouge, but kind of not really anyway. And I'm also currently massively obsessed with Yellow Jackets, which is definitely a cult. And I really just like the complexities of girls living in a commune and things start getting violent. I love the emotional integrity and complexity that comes with that, and how the dynamic shifts in those kind of relationships. I'm really excited to read this one, and I'm saying this about all of these books, as this is high on my next read priority list, and I'm obsessed with this cover. This is the vibes I want for my summer concerning. And the last book is, like I said, also hopefully will be on that shelf soon. And it's Supper Club by Lara Williams. And I've also wanted this for a long time. First of all, these are a bunch of books with beautiful covers. Look at that. The juices dripping down her hand. Stunning. And I read you the synopsis as well. I'm really just excited for all of these. And these are all relatively short, especially comparing them to the last amount of books I've read, because they were all somewhat of a fantasy book and pretty heavy and thick books. So I cannot wait to read some slightly less big books. And this is the last one, and I'll read you the synopsis. If you feed a starving woman, what will she grow into? 29-year-old Roberta has spent her whole life hungry. So she invents the Supper Club, a secret society for women who are sick of being told to talk less, take less, be less. They gather after dark to feast and dance through the night. But as their bodies expand, so do their horizons, their desires, and the urge to break the rules. You look hungry. Join the club. I love when books do that. I love when book summaries do that. Like, yes, talk to me. Yes, invite me to your cult. Yes, I want to join. I don't, but, the vibes. And these two, I feel like, are in the same, like I said, in the same niche subgenre of weird girl literary fiction. So I'm really excited to read this and put them next to their brother and sisters. They're sisters. So those are all the books that I'm planning to read. Probably soon, hopefully. I always fall into the trap of buying books and then immediately reading them. But I think that's also fun and exciting, because I have been waiting for these for a long time. So I'm really glad that I finally have them. And now I'm able to put them in my shelf, which is always the best part of buying books, putting them on my shelf. Taking my YouTube career more seriously has been a good excuse to buy books for a book haul and have more content to film. And let me know if there are any books that you've been really wanting to buy but haven't, because those were a lot of these were mine that I haven't been buying, even though I wanted them. And I do think we should all slow down buying books. Overconsumption is a thing. and I do that quite a bit with reading and watching, but I'm really trying to hold back on buying. And let me know how that's going for you. I really do try, and I really must do that because I do not have the money to buy books. And so I felt like I could buy these because they weren't so expensive, and also I haven't bought books in a long time except for Hunger Games. Let me know if you want to read any of these, or if you've read any of them. Please let me know your thoughts without spoilers, and see you in the next one.